numbers, and a lot of people regularly check their credit history.
But how many people ever check the credit score of their kids? As Mike Hoss reports, kids are prime targets for identity theft.
After having a baby, getting a Social Security number is one of the first duties a new parent performs. But then the card is likely filed away with relative little thought. But that Social Security number has become an emerging market for identity thieves who are targeting children.
It's horrible. And the problem is that people don't know what to do.
The FBI recently gave a presentation on child identity theft in Metairie. Isabel Berrigan attended, but it was too late for her as her two sons had already had their identities stolen.
And this went on for, I'd say, it went on for a year, at least a year and a half before we found out that that was done. And then he went to Best Buy, tried to charge something at Best Buy and open an account, and he couldn't do it.
But she's actually one of the lucky ones. She found out somewhat quickly. Often a child's identity is stolen shortly after birth. And since most people don't run credit histories on their kids, they don't find out for years.
Not until they try to get their first credit card, to get their first car that's, not part of their, father or mother. Not until they have issues with credit is when they're going to know that they've had credit problems.
This is a credit card application that came in the mail for one Metairie resident. It's addressed to his 9-year-old son, and that's a red flag.
That's a problem. You need to look into that. Why did that come?
So how big a problem is it? The FBI says 1% of adults have a problem with identity theft. When it comes to child identity theft, that number jumps to 10%. And again, it goes on and on, undetected. Marr says the thieves are going after kids because their Social Security numbers are clean with no credit history, and because breaking into a school system or that of a pediatrician's office to get the number is relatively easy. According to ID Analytics, a company that tracks child identity theft, 500,000 kids a year will have their numbers stolen, some sold on the black market, oftentimes to illegal immigrants looking to work in the country. But that's only half the story. Another 500,000 kids have their numbers pilfered by their own parents, looking to escape a bad credit history. We spoke via Skype to Dr. Stephen Coggeshall of ID Analytics in San Diego. He says New Orleans is one of the worst spots when it comes to identity manipulation.
I see a person, his name's Daniel, in New Orleans, and he's using 67 different Social Security numbers as he's applying for credit cards and cell phones and other kinds of financial products. He's using 8 different dates of birth and 4 different names.
Isabel Berrigan says the only bad thing you can do when it comes to your child's credit is to do nothing at all.
But you have to be vigilant because this could happen to anybody, and it's more so with young kids, I think, because they don't monitor their accounts. They don't look at the information.
They might not, but others certainly are.